Hi everyone, my name is Sandra. I'm a life coach and this is video number 3 in my Personal Growth 101 series where I come on once a week to talk about basic concepts in the personal growth world for those of you who are just beginning your personal growth journey. Before I get into my video, I really want to say thank you to all the people who signed up for my March discovery sessions. We had so much fun. I met so many different kinds of people doing so many different wonderful things. I met newbies who are just new to the personal growth process, which I love. I'm obsessed with helping newbies. And I also met people who are already on a path to personal growth, but who needed clarification in why they have not achieved the goals that they have set for themselves. And that is exactly what a discovery session does. So if you want a free discovery session with me, DM me. I will email you the information and we can set up our first session. Guys, if you are not taking stock of where you are versus where you want to be and why you haven't gotten there, you need to start doing that. You cannot transform unless you're finding out what it is that's keeping you from achieving your goals. Look inside yourself. Start the process. It's free. Quarantine time. Perfect time for you to dive into self-discovery and personal growth. Now, today is a continuation of last week. Last week we discussed the process of manifestation and the 3 basic steps as I understand them, which are asking, believing that you already have it, and number 3, taking inspired action towards your goal. Now, for today's video, I'm just going to talk about the asking part. And very quickly, we are going to talk about the 3 steps or the 3 things to have in mind when you are asking for something to manifest. Now, as I said last week, when I say asking, what I mean to say, or what I mean is, you are asking whatever you're thinking about, whatever you're focused on continuously and consistently. That's how you ask. That is asking in manifestation world, manifestation terms. You don't literally have to ask, hey, I want this, I want that. No. Whatever you're thinking about and whatever you're focused on, you're asking for. That's what you're asking. Try to wrap your brain around that. That's what you're asking for. All of the results that you have in your life right now are due to unintentional manifestation, because you've manifested it even though you don't know that you've manifested it. So I have a perfect example. Like my husband always finds a parking spot. Wherever we go, we can be in the middle of Manhattan on a Friday night and he will find a parking spot. It's just what happens. That's what he manifests all the time. And he always says, I always find a parking spot. I can always find a parking spot. And he always finds a parking spot. My brother, God love him, exactly the opposite. He's always saying, there's never going to be enough parking. I'm never going to find parking. I never find parking here. And guess what? He never finds parking. And I always tell him, ask for what you want. Don't ask for what you don't want, because when you're saying things like, I never find parking, you are asking to not find parking. Do you understand? That's what's happening. So the first part of asking is be clear on what you want to manifest. Don't talk about what you don't want to manifest, okay? When I say be clear, I mean, what does it look like once you've had it? And how does it feel once you've had it? Get a journal, a piece of paper, a pen, and start writing that down. The more clear you are on what you want and what it feels like when you have it, the quicker your manifestation happens. Number 2, be specific. Sounds like number 1, but it's not. Be specific, but not so specific that you put a chokehold, right, on the manifestation process. What does that look like? If you ask for money and you know and you're clear that you want more money into your life, you want to manifest more money into your life, and you know what that's going to look like, you know what it's going to feel like, but you just say more money, you might just get a penny. Like you might find a penny on the street, $1 on the street. Be specific. Be specific around what you want, but not so specific that you put a chokehold on the process. So instead of saying, I want more money, you would say something like, or you would think something like, or you would focus on something like, money is always flowing into my life in unexpected and unexpected ways. That way, you are not limiting the way you are getting money. This works. When I first started to get specific on money, I started manifesting literally people calling me, telling me that I no longer owed what I thought I owed. I had this huge bill from the hospital when I got sick in 2015, and I was paying it off little by little. And I decided to do an experiment around that. And I said exactly what I just said to you, which is I kept thinking and focusing on money was coming into my life in expected and unexpected ways. I felt it. I knew what it felt like. I knew what it looked like. And when I was ready to pay the balance of that bill, which is more than $2,000, the balance, I had been paying for like a year, but the balance was like $2,000. And I had the $2,000 and I called to be like, I'm just going to do this. I'm not going to do the monthly anymore. I'm just going to pay it all off. I have the money now. And when I called, they couldn't find my account. And once they found my account, they said, well, you owe $4.38. I was like, what? No, I have it right here. You're wrong. I have the last bill or the last statement, and it says that I owe this amount of money. And something happened where they canceled all the debts from the year before. And she was explaining it to me that after a couple of years, this is what happens. And I manifested $2,000 into my life. Okay. And that's how it came. It didn't come in the form of a check. It didn't come in the form of getting a bonus at work. It came in the form of that bill being canceled. Okay. So you want to be clear, you want to be specific, but not so specific that you don't allow some room for magic. Okay. Number 3, you want to make sure you know your why. Why do you want what you're asking for? That is super important because there are 2 categories of your why. You are either asking from a place of ego or you're asking from a place of your higher source. How do you know the difference? If you are asking for something because you want to impress someone, because you want to stick it to the people who didn't believe in you, these are all ego-based wants, right? You're coming from a place of ego, something outside of yourself, right? You want to satisfy something outside of yourself. Versus your higher source, which is, I want to make more money so that I can help more people. I want to make more money so that I can spend more time with my family. I want to be more free so that I can help in all of my charities. Like, these are things that your higher self is wanting money for. So check your reasons, guys. Check your whys, okay? And make sure that they're coming from a really good place and not from a place of ego. So 3 important things to keep in mind when you are asking and you are intentionally manifesting. Number 1, be clear. Number 2, be specific, but not so specific that you put a chokehold on the universe. Number 3, know your why and make sure you are coming from your higher source and not your ego. Okay, that was for today. Next week, I will be diving into the second step in the manifestation process, or should I say intentional manifestation process, which is believing that it's already yours and expecting it. Okay? All right, so I will see you next week. And remember, if you want a free discovery session, sign up, DM me. I'm so excited to work with you.